All right, here we go. My name's Rich. I started doing stand-up again to a degree a few weeks back. I love to support my local businesses. I'm a big fan of Beer Bath, Oscars, 7556 Bistro, downtown Sykesville. If you guys have been, I swear it's got some of the best food in this town. Yeah, I like to come here at open mic and tell you about really stupid shit that I've been involved in. A lot of what I'm going to tell you is not made up. My bartender will tell you. She's probably researched it online. It's true. There's a couple things I was thinking about, and it's really hard to not think about what's been going on. I can sit here and try to kid you and say, yeah, it's been kind of a slow news cycle, but not really. It's still not safe for fishermen in the Caribbean. And, with this latest email data dump with the Epstein files, the last thing I ever want to hear again is, what about her emails? And truthfully, when the single worst sex offender in recent memory is telling everyone how horrible you are, and he's your best friend, I mean, that's saying something. I grew up in, I consider and say I grew up in a mental institution, and you can be like, what the hell is that all about? I promise you that my childhood is very, very different from any of you here. You can probably think to yourself, what's the most craziest thing I've ever done? I promise you I can top that. What's the most, outrageous thing that ever happened to you when you were a kid? I can top that. I grew up in the 70s and 80s in a small town in Rexville, New York, which is Steuben County. Steuben County is very rural. It is where the sheep are scared and the cows are nervous. It is farm country. And my family was originally from Long Island, New York, and my dad always wanted to have a farm. As he grew up in the 30s and 40s when Long Island was nothing but farmland. So he purchased 190 acres of property in the 1966, 67, 190 acres of property for $3,200. And that came with two buildings. Now, the two buildings are irrelevant to this story because honestly, they ended up coming down, and it's just when you think to yourself, oh my God, 190 acres of property and two buildings for $3,200. Yeah, but it's so rural, it is the dark side of the moon. And trying to farm, it's not very profitable. And my parents trying to figure out how to make ends meet. My mother had a friend who was a nurse in the Elmira Psychiatric Center, Elmira Psychiatric Hospital, Elmira, New York. And she had this, idea. She said, listen, Millie, that's my mom. Millie, you know what you can do? Make a couple extra bucks on the side. Right now, Elmira Psychiatric Center has this outpatient program, foster care. You've got this big, beautiful farmhouse with 6 bedrooms and 2.5 baths, and it's just you and your husband and your little boy. And somewhere in the back of my mom's head, and my dad, they were like, okay. So, between 1975